and welcome to Making Greek Yogurt with Turtle. Making Greek yogurt is as easy as stuffing your head back in its shell. The things you're going to need are a Playmate cooler, a mason jar, a ladle to make it easy for you, a teaspoon, thermometer's optional. I use a crock pot because I burn things a lot, but you could just use a normal pot on the stove. You need some just plain old yogurt with active cultures. It has to say active cultures on it. And of course, we like to use organic milk because organic is good for you and good for the planet. First thing you want to do is take your cooler and you're going to preheat it with some hot water. Can you see the hot water in there? It's all nice and warm. You want to use your hot tap water. You want it hot enough that you can put your finger in, but you don't have to take it out, okay? And you put your jars in there and you preheat them because you don't want that all taking the heat away from your yogurt once you get it to temperature. So you take your milk, and you pour it in your crock pot. And you take your thermometer and you stir it, and you wait till it gets to 165 to 175 degrees, someplace in there. That's before it starts to bubble. You don't want it to bubble, and if you do it on the stovetop, make sure that you constantly stirring. I don't like to stir, so I just use the crock pot and then I don't burn it. Once it's up to 165, I take it and I put it into my preheated jar, all the way up to the top, and I let it cool. I let it cool down to about 110 degrees. That's when the skim just starts to form on the top. That little like skimmy stuff that you used to get on the top of hot chocolate, that stuff. Then, once it's down to 110 degrees, I take 1 tablespoon of active cultures in here, 1 tablespoon, and you mix it in with all your warm milk really well, okay? Then you take your full jar, take your full jar of milk and you put it in the warm water, close it up, and you let it set for 8 to 12 to 16 to 18 hours, depending on how sour you want it. Okay? Then, voila, time lapse. 12 hours is done. You take it out. You should see the liquid on the outside, but a big gelatinous mess on the inside. Woohoo! The longer you go, the more sour it is. Then you take it and you put it in a colander. You want to line your colander with coffee filters or something like that, and make sure they're wet so your yogurt doesn't stick to them. Really important. Wet your coffee filters. I cover them and I let it set. This is how we're making Greek yogurt. Before in this jar it's just plain yogurt. Now we turn it to Greek. The stuff in the bottom, that is whey. And then after an hour of draining, you have homemade Greek yogurt for a quarter of the price that you would get in the little containers. Thanks for watching Cooking with Turtle.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.